All right, so let's start today's webinar. Good afternoon, everyone. I am Preeti Sharma and I welcome all of you on behalf of Lions Club of Kolkata Harmony in association with Pragyan Foundation, promoter of Pragyan International University, Ranchi, Jharkhand. So, as you all are aware that today's topic of this webinar is on stress management for modern world. Stress is a feeling of emotional or physical tension. It can come from any event or thought that makes you feel frustrated, angry, or nervous. In today's modern world, stress has become very common in everyone's life. Our today's speaker, Dr. Rama Reddy Curry, is holding MD, PhD, and multiple master's and doctorate degree. He is also a director, consultant psychiatrist at Manasa Hospital. He has received various awards from both national and international organizations. To name a few of them, Dr. B.C. Roy, National Awardee, Professor J.K. Trivedi Lifetime Achievement Award, IMA National Diamond Jubilee Award, and so on. Before Dr. Reddy sir takes over, I would like to say that Dr. Suresh Kumar Agarwal, Chancellor of Pragyan International University, will be joining us shortly. And I would also request all the participants to stay connected with us as I will be sharing a feedback link shortly by filling which you can achieve your e-certificate instantly at your mail ID. I would request Dr. Reddy to take over. Please, sir, if you could unmute yourself. Dr. Reddy, sir. Dr. Reddy, sir, can you hear me?
Yeah. Now I could unmute, right?
Yes, sir. Welcome, sir.
So, Namaste, madam. Shall I start or shall we wait till Dr. Suresh Kumar arrives?
You can start now, sir.
Okay. Please enable screen sharing for me. You can make me co-host.
Allow
Yes,
us
sir,
2 minutes, sir.
May I start then? Screen sharing is available. May I start? Or shall I wait? Screen sharing is enabled. May I start?
Yes, sir, you can start.
I think you can keep with you so that you can control the noises and all.
Yes, sir, sure.
Right?
Sir.
Oh, again, the screen enable that is gone. I think if you have the provision like presenter or co-host, that can be given to me, and host you can retain with you.
Sir, the provision is not there. Sir, we are making you the host. You please unmute us.
Okay.
So you can start.
Is my screen visible?
Yes, sir, it is visible.
So, okay, thank you. Good afternoon, all. It's my privilege to speak to you all on the topic stress management for modern world. I'm introduced by Miss Preeti. Yes, I'm a psychiatrist. I'm a retired professor of psychiatry and running a hospital. And also, I'm doing PhD work in part-time PhD in yoga therapy at Pondicherry. Okay. I welcome you all for this session. Being hosted by Lions Club of Kolkata, Harmony, and in association with the Pragyan Foundation, both great organizations, and really I'm fortunate to be with you all. First, let me pay my respects to Dr. Suresh Kumar Agarwal by giving a digital bouquet to him. And also, I pay my respects to all the dignitaries who have attended this seminar or webinar. My talk will be for 1 hour, and this is such a difficult task that it takes even days together to speak on stress. But I'll condense my speech to 60 minutes by dividing into 2 parts. Part 1 is nature of stress, that I'll marathon run like I'll be going through, and after that management of stress for the rest of the period I'll be spending. Stress, this is the common word, this is the buzzword. Every day we use this word for so many times. Nobody would be free from stress. Even an intelligent man or less intelligent person or any person who is having a problem or no problem could be facing this stress. What is this stress? Stress is nothing but the wear and tear. It is the wear and tear of the bodies and mind which we experience in our attempt to cope with our continually changing environment. See, wear and tear is so common. Wear and tear is so common with any material, whether it is a fan or a table or chair or non-living substances or living organisms. Everything in the world would go wear and tear. Here also, we find that wear and tear with the body and the mind. Stress is the reaction the people have to the excessive pressures or other types of demand placed upon them. It arises when they feel that they cannot cope up with this one. If we try to put it into a mathematical formula like stress is equal to pressures greater than the resources we have. We have got certain resources. For example, we have got 24 hours time in a day, but we have got the work which cannot be completed in 24 hours. It may take even longer time. So naturally we are in stress. Our capacity is so much only, but the pressure is too much. Then we call it as stress. Apart from this, the quantitative thing, the qualitatively also, when there is disparity between the individual resource and the environmental demands. For example, here this boy is having a circle like, whereas the environment demands a rectangle like, but he doesn't have a rectangle. Naturally, he would be facing stress. Either the rectangle demand has to come down to circle level, or he has to procure a rectangle so that he can fit into the environment. How much stress can you undertake? Here, see, although we people, some people are 50 kgs weighing, some people are weighing 100 kgs, although their body differs from one person to another person, but their minds would differ so differently that some people have the stress-bearing capacity of a rat like, And some people would be having a stress-bearing capacity of rabbit-like, or some people even elephantine. In spite of having so many problems, they would be trying to face the things with so ease. So this much of difference we can find between the people. Can we avoid stress? No. Stress is an inevitable thing. It is ubiquitous thing. Everywhere it is there. Stress will be there. As long as it is with you, it is a friend like only. But once it sits on your head, then you start getting psychological symptoms. When it becomes the part of your personality, then it becomes a somatic like, and you may get many illnesses like even. So stress should be invited so long as it is manageable. And what precipitates the stress? It is something like a lost straw on camel's neck. Sometimes we hear certain incidents like a boy, after being chided by the school teacher, he committed suicide. Or a police constable, when he is denied leave from his officer, he shot the officer dead and he committed suicide. Why? For a small thing only, why did they do like that? So it is all because of the accumulated stress. Gradually it accumulates and results in lost straw on camel's neck. Sometimes sudden stress, sudden crisis, the life is going on so smooth and so well, but unfortunately an incident occurred and everything has gone topsy-turvy and led to stress. So here, a stress of so much intensity suddenly occurred, so I had a breakdown. A stress of low intensity occurring for years together, nagging a mother-in-law or nagging boss, so it can also precipitate. Or small events, so many events are there accumulated over a span of time, then also he'll have breakdown. Or small events only occurred at a particular time, then also he can have. So there will be something like a threshold which when it is crossed, one may get the breakdown. And people will be having vulnerable spots also. For example, Ravana, his life is there in the nectar part which is there in his belly. Any number of times we cut his head, he gets back his life. Only when the belly is shot, he dies. Similarly, this balloon also, it has got a vulnerable spot there. Unless we touch at that point, it can't break. Achilles is a great hero, but he has got his vulnerable or weak spot at the Achilles. So similarly, people also would have vulnerable spots. Some people would be having a vulnerable spot of money. Even a loss of 1,000 rupees or 100 rupees also may lead to breakdown for some people. Some people, even the whole property is lost also, they take it so easily. Whereas some people, they give so much importance for fame. When there is a blemish on their fame and name, naturally they get breakdown. So this type of people, we find vulnerable spots in the people. Here, the types of stressors. Stressor is the agent which produces stress. That may be external stress or internal stress. External stressors, I fast go through these slides so that we can spend some time with the management. And anyhow, the video is going to be recorded so that the slides can be viewed once again. External stressors like physical environment, social interaction, organizational issues, major life events, daily hassles. So physical environment in the form of noise, lighting, heat, confined spaces, social interactions like rudeness, bossiness, aggressiveness by others, bullying, and organizational like rules and regulations, red tapeism, deadlines, and major life events like occurrence of deaths, births, loss of job, promotions, merit status change. So any event can happen. Daily hassles like misplaced keys or mechanical breakdowns, small trivial issues. Internal stressors like our lifestyle choices, negative self-talk, mind traps, personality traits like Lifestyle choices like taking excessive coffee or lack of sleep, overloaded schedules, or negative self-talk, always thinking about the negative things only, not thinking about the positive things, and self-criticism, over-analyzing, and unrealistic expectations about the self, about the others, taking things personally. For example, if a madam shouts at the people to mute, maybe she may be shouting at me, taking it personally. All or nothing thinking, exaggeration, rigid thinking, and perfectionistic workaholics. It should be done only, it should be done to the 99.99% level. So this type of attitudes. So all these things can produce, induce stress. Causes of distress. Here I'm using another word, distress. Any stress which is not so pleasant, unpleasant things. So those are called distress. Distress can be produced by the pressures, maybe work pressures or frustrations or conflicts. So what are these pressures like? Usually the pressures are from work. So these things like, for example, so the overwork, he has got certain resources and the pressures are too many. So then he will have the work pressure. So it may be in the form of, see here, this particular slide shows that we have an assumption that the higher officials, they will have more stress compared to the field workers or lower cadre. But it is not true. Even the lower cadre people also will have more stress because things will be very uncertain for them. And they will not know when they will be called, what they have to do and all. Factors influencing the work stress are drive for success, changing work patterns, working conditions, overwork, underwork, all these things. So here, the drive for success is not for the money, but for the success, people will be working more. Changing work patterns from like place to place or working conditions like, or it can be overwork, or it can be even underwork also. Here, the importance is underwork also can produce stress. When the person is lazy, he doesn't have any work, he may feel stress. And uncertainty also. Tomorrow what he has to do, he doesn't know. When he will be called by the high command, he doesn't know. Uncertainty leads to a lot of stress. And the responsibility he has over the others. And the relationships at work. When all the people are so congenial, the interpersonal relations are so congenial and all, then naturally he can do any amount of work. When everybody is bullying or trying to take advantage of him, naturally he would have the stress. And not all the stress we experience is generated at work. And moreover, it is not the physical thing, but it is the psychological thing, which is more traumatic. For example, after all, you could not do this one. So this type of statements, naturally, you would be facing and you would be feeling more. Frustration. See, so meticulously planned, but at the last leg caught. So we also plan so many things. Instead of our planning, we will be naturally failing at one place or other, leading to frustration, inability to achieve the goals. And the conflicts between two issues, that also produces stress. Like approach the conflicts, example, approach avoidance conflict. He's a teetotaler. He never drank even a drop of whiskey or brandy. But in the party, he's forced to have a little drink. Now he's in a dilemma whether to sip a few gulps or not. So he's in a dilemma whether to approach or avoidance conflict. Sometimes double approach conflict. He wants a lot of money. A wealthy bride is there, and on the other hand, a good-looking and well-educated bride is there, but she doesn't have any money. But he wants both the things. Double approach conflict. And caught between the devil and the deep sea. Sometimes if we do not do the work, the officer will be scolding. If we do the work, the minister will be catching hold of. So sometimes we feel so bad about the situation there, feeling like resigning the thing. So double avoidance conflict. What are the effects of stress? So many things can produce stress. What happens if we face the stress? Our nervous system would be responding. our autonomic nervous system would be like alarm. It keeps on ringing. See, initially alarms will be there. We try to resist that one, and ultimately we get exhausted. How long can we bear? For example, Corona is there. Oh, first wave. Okay, over. Again, second wave. Again, third wave. Now, fourth wave is also expected any moment. So, how long? So, this how long thing also, because of the uncertainty, because of crossing the threshold after some time, will lead to breakdown. Psychological, if we see the psychological perspectives, psychological reactions vary from person to person. Hostility, anger, pessimism, depression, anxiety, feeling loneliness. So many things we can find, different type of reactions we find with the people. See, initially when there is stress, they just get confused. Is it true or not? Is it happening to me only? So they will be confused. So a sort of denial, like ostrich, no, it doesn't occur to me. Cancer, no, it doesn't occur to me. Deaths won't occur in our family. So this type of attitude, denial would be there. And once the denial is cracked off, then he gets starting anxiety, some fear. Something would happen. Really, it is happening to me only. So I got Corona, is it? So it is the difficult variant, is it? Because I have got so many complications, I think my score is going down, my oxygen saturation is going down. I think I have to be admitted in ICU, is it? So this type of anxiety disorders may lead to other somatic problems and may increase mortality and disability. And some people become phobic also. See, during the Corona pandemic, some people have developed a phobia towards the bats. They avoid going to the places. And some people became OCD-like. They keep on compulsive washing and all. So this type of different disorders also occur. People resort to panic buying, 3 months stock, 6 months stock, buying and keeping there. We do not know when the lockdown will be lifted or will be again imposed on. Some people go into depression, and during the depression, everything becomes so low, and they become they do not feel like eating, do not feel like talking to people, do not relish anything, and ultimately sometimes it may lead to even suicide also. We hear about certain examples, like a person who is suffering from Corona. He jumped off from the 4th floor or 5th floor, although he's recovering, because they just cannot bear even a single movement also. So this type of things also we see. And some people resort to various dubious habits like smoking or drinking alcohol or some other drugs. Even eating food also becomes an addiction like. And some people become irritable, and it leads to rage, aggression, and the statistics show that the crime rates show that domestic violence has risen during the period of Corona pandemic and lockdown. Why it happens? Because of the intense interaction and also displaced anger. The anger associated with the officer there, he cannot ventilate the anger there towards the officer. So he comes home and ventilates towards the family members. And some people, there would be changes in the personality also. Why khaki mark personality change? Why they become so violent? Why they become so sadistic and all? Are they different people? Because of the stress associated with their profession, they would become like that only. And even the nurses are working in a government hospital also, why they behave like that? Why they shout at the people? They should behave like nightingales. But why not? Because of the work stress. And those who are working in the Corona wards and all, they develop compassion fatigue, burnout, professional syndrome, and psychosomatic, because of the stress, not only the psychological problems, but also many somatic problems like gastric ulcers or bronchial asthma or hypertension, high BP, and coronary heart disease. Heart attacks have become more. and rheumatoid arthritis, psoriasis, irritable bowel syndrome. So all these things are somatic problems only, physical problems only. These are all aggravated by stress associated. And not only those things, the mechanism also, the psychological factors, psychological stress, it leads to the nervous system overreaction, like more sympathetic overtone and all, leading to the immunological deficits and all, and endocrinal changes also, and changes in the steroid levels. So leading ultimately to various immunological or various psychosomatic disorders. So these things are being proven in the modern laboratories by doing the biochemical assays. Many somatoform disorders, like with the stress, because of the stress, no organ is spared, including heart or lungs or stomach or kidney, anything can be influenced because of the stress. So many somatoform disorders, some are imaginary disorders, some are because of the sympathetic overtone, and many previously called hysterical things are nowadays called conversion disorder, hypochondriasis. So many things, so many psychological disorders. Suggestibility also occurs more. If somebody talks about some illness, they feel that they are also having a similar illness. So this type of things also we see when there is more stress. Because of the stress, infection proneness also will become more. The accident lifespan becomes reduced. Although he has got enough lifespan which is written on his forehead, but because of the stress, it comes down. And accident proneness also we see. And they are more prone for accidents because of the preoccupations. And permanent changes occur in neuroreceptors leading to chronic depressive person like. And chronic fatigue syndrome, even though he eats a lot, he becomes so dull and depressed and become a chronic fatigue like. And people start blaming others also. During the corona period also, we have seen that one. Although they are victims, although they are survivors, they are blamed. You are only responsible for all the things. So this type of attitude also we feel. And they feel intimidated because of the stress, that they have nobody to help them. Some people develop even post-traumatic stress disorder. Even after the event is over, for months together, years together, they will be having some psychological problem called PTSD. Now, after giving this introduction about the nature of the stress management, how to manage. Yes, we know that we are all facing the stress, and out of so many things you have narrated, at least we can sync with something or other. What do? We go to a doctor, so he will be giving some medicine, or we go to a counselor, he will be offering some counseling or psychotherapy, some relaxation exercises we practice, some meditation practice, massages are there, yogasanas are there, acupuncture would be good, aromatherapy is still good, flotation, swimming helps. So biofeedbacks are there. Homeopathy works without any side effects. Hypnotherapy, very good with suggestions. Osteopathy is there. Even pets also, like cats or dogs, will be very helpful. Reflexology is there. So like that, so many things are there. But what to choose? All are correct only. Everything is okay. But whatever suits to you, it works. Is it incorrigible thing, like a dog's tail which cannot be corrected and made into straight? No, it can be corrected, provided you just think about that one. How to avoid this devastation? This devastation can be avoided by just analyzing the problem. Is it a tiger problem or is it a cat problem? When it is a problem is of tiger nature, naturally play offense. When the problem is a cat-like, when the problem is cat-like, you play offense. When the problem is tiger-like, you play defense. So simple, but try to categorize whether you can fight with it or you have to defend yourself. Depending upon the nature of the problem, you just decide. And key is in your hand, not in anybody's hand. You are the person who has to solve your problem. But of course, you can take help from all other people. But still, You are the person who has to swim. And the main thing, the main goals are convert the distress to eustress. Start enjoying the experience. Don't react, but act on it. So these things are the main things. There may be some barriers. I don't require any anti-stress things. I have no interest. I have no time. No. Everybody needs something or other to control the stress. So let us examine these things. Convert distress to eustress. How to convert? See, for example, I am 68 years old person and I have got a lot of my practice here and I have to work after this meeting is over. So if I start feeling that at this age, what is there? Why should I speak to them? Who are they? Some people from some Calcutta and some other places, whether they listen to me or not, what is there? If I feel like, I feel naturally distressed about the thing. No. From Calcutta, Organization of International Status and Lions Club of Calcutta, one branch, all the people, they are so eager. And in Facebook, when I put this one, so many responded positively and they joined in the WhatsApp group. So many people are waiting for me. So it is the feeling is so good. Those people, so many man hours they are spending for me. So it is a stress only, but it is eustress, enjoyable stress. So anything you convert from distress to eustress. Start enjoying the experience, whatever be the experience. You start enjoying the experience, you will not have any stress at all. And don't react, but act on it. See, when there is something, you immediately you get anger and you will be reacting. No. You don't use your emotions, but use your brain. Think about it. Oh, this is happening this way, is it? I think I can act this way. That's what people say. Reactive, active, and proactive. Reaction is something like immediate emotional reaction and spoiling everything. Whereas action is when the thing has occurred, acting accordingly. So that is on the spot, deciding and using the brain at this one. Whereas proactive is the best thing because you anticipate the thing in future. I think it is going to happen. I think I can be prepared this way, or I can manipulate the environment in such a way that it will occur to my favor. So this type of proactive. So something like a chess game, we will be thinking about the future events. If this can occur, that can occur. So let's manage this way. So this is the thing I think we can we can follow. Stress management techniques are, one is change your thinking, change your behavior, change your lifestyle. What is this change your thinking? Thinking, reframe the thinking and think positively. What is this reframing? See here, you can see the picture. They are trying to fit that elephant into a small pigeonhole like. Is it possible? So they are trying to have more appetite, but their throat is very narrow. So some people, they have got already $1 billion money, but still they keep on trying to earn the thing and spending their energy there. Or something which they cannot enjoy, they do not require, they keep on doing the thing. So you have to reframe the thing, try to fit whatever is, whatever can be done. Improve the design of your work. So here also, you have got a resource, you have got certain things. You have to improve the design so that it fits into it. Change your behavior. Be assertive. Get organized. Ventilation. Humor. And diversion. See, whenever you feel that a certain thing should happen this way only, be assertive. Whenever you are sticking to dharma, you have to be assertive and also get the things done in a systematic way. Like we are organizing this webinar. Like whenever you have feelings, don't let it pent up inside like a pressure cooker. Ventilate, be ventilating, and try to add humor to anything. And even in the serious thing also, if you add a little humor, I think things will be so easy. And try to divert when the things are so difficult so that it will be manageable. And lifestyle management also, like your lifestyle, like the diet, changing the diet to sattvic diet, and also some exercises, avoiding alcohol, nicotine and caffeine, and adequate sleep. Some recreation is needed, some relaxation is needed. So all these things you can say. And the positive attitude which I said. What is this positive attitude? The positive attitude is not a separate thing. The same thing looking from a different angle. For example, examinations are there. Bapre examinations. Then it becomes a devil-like. Whereas examinations, my friends, after these examinations are over, I will become a college student. After the examinations are over, I will become a university student. After these examinations are over, if I crack this one, I think I'll get the job there. So examinations, when they are considered as friendly, they are friends only. When they are considered as evils, they become evil, and because of the tension, you will be spoiling everything. See here, in the cinema hall, half of the chairs are empty and half are filled. Then a pessimist thinks that half is empty only, whereas an optimist thinks that half hall is full. So the same thing, even with the corona also, 98% are surviving. So good. And a pessimist thinks that 2% people are dying. So this way, you see what you expect to see. When you think about that thing, as if tadastu, it will be happening. A pessimist sees the difficulty in every opportunity is given, whereas optimist sees the opportunity in every difficulty also. If the question paper is very difficult, a really hardworking person feels so happy because his talent would be displayed there. Whereas if the paper is easy, he will get the same mark, 99 marks, and even the mediocre person also gets the 99. So try to think even in the difficult things also, the opportunities. So it is something like turning the TV from 1 to, we can get MTVs and VTVs, and you can get Bhagavad Gita and the Bibles also, and it depends upon your choice. And there is something called ABC strategy. What is this ABC strategy? ABC strategy is something like A is awareness. You should be aware of what is there, what is happening, what are the factors there, the balancing factors, which is the plus point, which is the minus point. You try, you write a table, you draw a table and see what are the positive things, what are the negative things, and then try to control the things. Try to suppress the negative things and try to improve the positive things. Awareness of the things, balance the things, and controlling the things. Avoid quick fixes like temporary solution, applying quick fix and putting the things together. No, constructively you do something so that the things will be lasting longer. And information overload. See, because of the information revolution and because of the mobile phones and internet, so much of overload causing a lot of stress. It has been proven also. Social media is more stressful compared to traditional media. And laziness, don't think that relaxation means laziness. Laziness produces more stress. Time management is very important. If you manage the things in time, you will not have stress. Whereas if you keep on procrastinating and postponing the things, you will have a lot of stress. And perseverance, anything. See, this particular thing, I don't think I can do. 7th time you can do. If you cannot do on 7th time, 10th time you can do. A vacuum cleaner seller, 7th time also he was given away. But 10th time he comes and sells it away. An LIC agent who is having the perseverance to sell the thing. So this type of perseverance one should have. Intellectual insight and emotional insight. Intellectual insight means we know about so many things, but emotionally we get defeated and we yield to that one. So our intellectual insight and emotional insight both should coordinate. Psychosomatics, by doing yoga and by giving some anxiety reducing medicines, your body health will improve. By doing some exercises like Jacobson's, your body, your mind will improve. So body and mind, this cycle, one has to see. Exercises like stretches, massages, Jacobson's exercise, breathing exercises, guided imagery. So all these things you can find in YouTube if you just key in. and relaxation exercises, biofeedback, all these things will be helpful. And be assertive when the dharma is there. And when there is dharma, if you are passive, the pent-up emotions will be operating on you. And communication skills is just not speaking skills only, but communicating with the body language and all. Somebody is entering into it and putting the marks there, and that cannot be erased now, and it will be recorded. Unfortunately, some people are playing, I think.
So
it's okay.
I would request the participants not to do this.
It's okay, madam. It's okay. Let's carry on. Okay. It is the tongue. Tongue is an organ which is a double-edged knife, because with your tongue you can get peace, and with your tongue you can invite any war even. Many world wars occur because of tongue only. Because of the tongue only, Saddam Hussein or anybody losing their life is because of the tongue only. Tongue is such a powerful knife-like. Even a fish wouldn't get into trouble if you would keep its mouth shut. See, if the fish opens this one, is likely to be caught by the net. So here, a fish wouldn't get into trouble. So silence is the gold standard communication, we can say. So not to lose the word so often. After speaking something, after going home, you will be thinking about that one only, how the other man had felt that one. So you will be feeling naturally more stress. And not only the speaking skills, but also the listening skills also. Listening is more important than speaking. And matchstick has a head. It burns. Your head has a brain, is it not? Better not to burn like a matchstick head. So handling a difficult customer is always a difficult thing. Although you are so calm and cool, he'll be shouting at you. It causes a lot of stress for you, which is the one which helps you. Empathy. Empathy is putting ourselves in the shoes of the other man. If I am in his position, if I am in that customer's position, I think I would have shouted more than him. So this type of, an officer is shouting at a clerk. The clerk should empathize with the officer. Similarly, the officer should empathize with the clerk. When I was a clerk, I was doing more mischief than this one. So this type of thing between student and teacher also, empathizing with the other person. So this reduces so much of havoc. Not what you have, but what he needs. The other person's needs only. You have so much of things, but the other person may not need the thing. See, for example, we psychiatrists have got so many medicines and we cure chemically, biochemically, so many things. Hallucinations have gone, delusions have gone. He became free from schizophrenia. But party says that he is not working at all, not going to the work. Still like that only. So this type of things, what they require is more needed than what we have. So whenever we are in stress, naturally this blame game occurs. The external resources and social, you may be very intelligent person, you may be giving advices to so many people, but when you are in trouble, your brain doesn't work. Try to take help from the other people when it is needed. And change is inevitable. Adapt, change or die. It is your choice. Innovate or die. People say, is it not? See, so many things are changing. We have to change with the world. Otherwise, we feel a lot of stress. See, a person who is accustomed to accounting manually, but Tally has come. If he doesn't learn about Tally, how can he survive in the office? He'll have a lot of stress, although he has got so many skills. And it is not possible to function productively throughout one's professional career unless he improves himself. 2040, see previously 2020, now vision 2040. Think about the future and try to be prepared for that one. And the personal life also, So many things are known to us and known to others also. See, those are the open areas naturally, known to all and unknown to all. Whereas certain things are known to me, which are not known to me about myself. See, these things which are open, that means known to all and known to me. Karri Ramareddy, he is a psychiatrist in Rajamahendravaram. So all these things are known to all and known to me. So open thing. Whereas certain secret things are there which are not known to anybody. I am keeping the secrets with me only. So secret room is there for me. And similarly, certain blind things are there which I am not aware of about myself. All people are laughing behind me because of my weaknesses and all. So known to the all, but not known to me. And there are certain areas, dark areas, which are not known to me, not known to all. So when there are so many rooms of this sort, stress will be more. So everything is open. My life is open, like an open book only. See, some people like, say for example, Gandhiji or some Swamijis and all, they will have the open book like. So that type of thing will not have any, we won't have any stress. See, when I'm saying about the work and all, not only just work, some recreation, some affection. So these three things are really required. And lastly, most important thing which I'm telling is, although I am a modern medicine doctor, I have started PhD in yoga therapy because of the interest I developed in yoga, having seen so many publications in yoga. Although yoga comes under Ayush department, although I am a modern medicine man, although I have got other PhD like education PhD or law PhD, why I have chosen this one? Because it has become so an important thing, and which is a real stress buster. Patanjali, ancient ever-shining wisdom, so much of wisdom. Dr. Anand Balayogi Bhavanani and Dr. Meena Ramanathan at the site in Sri Balaji Vidyapith at Pondicherry, they are my guides, and I am doing there. And you can find their names in YouTube also and their lectures. Yoga benefits so many things. Produces relaxation, improves the quality of interpersonal relations, improved concentration and efficacy and efficiency, self-confidence and attentiveness, lowered irritability, optimistic outlook is improved, anxiety levels are reduced, and stress-bearing capacity will be more. So this type of things are all so evidence-based. And the basic thing is yoga chitta vritti nirodha. And our chitta vrittis are so chanchala and very much turbulence. That turbulent mind comes down with yoga. Samatvam yoga uchyate, equanimity, stability, harmony, balance, equipoise. So these are the things which are expected of this one. And 4 keys for mental peace we find. Maitri with Sukhi. You should be friendly with those people who are very happy people. Your friend selected for IAS, and you should not feel jealousy. You should be happy. You should be friendly with them. And also those people who are having dukkha, that means those who are having unhappiness because of certain things, they are feeling very unhappy. So be karuna, show compassion with them, with the sad people. And mudita with punya, those people who are doing all the good things and all, virtuous things and all, be happy with them. And those who are doing all sins and all, sinners and all, villains like, indifference is the best solution. You can't confront with them, but you try to be indifferent with them so that you will be peaceful. So these are all not the things which are there. Those are there thousands of years back in the yoga things. The 5 kleshas like avidya, the ignorance about our existence, our prakriti, and all these things. Asmita, everything me only. And so this type of egoism and raga and dvesha, the attachments we develop, the dveshas we develop towards the people, and abhinivesa, as if the life is a permanent thing, to clinging on to that one. The death is the most inevitable thing in the life. The 100% or 99%, which is the most inevitable thing, is the death. But nobody expects death for them. They, as if they have to live long and not live long, eternal Chiranjeeva like. So this type of attitude. So these are all kleshas which we can overcome with the help of yoga. Yoga means, unfortunately, the gymnastics like asanas and all. So those are only yoga people are thinking. So many ashtangas, yama, nima, asana, pranayama, and so all these things, they will be having so much of things to say. Only asanas is not the thing. For example, the pratyahara, from pratyahara onwards, if we start, how to control our senses, dharana, how to have the concentration, and how to have the meditation on a single object, and how to have the samadhi like stage where our concentration or our consciousness will be equating to the global consciousness like. And even among the yama, so things of like ahimsa, satya, asteya, brahmacharya, aparigraha. So all are the things which are really the ethical things which are required for the society, for the welfare of the society. And the nima, the nimas are like the saucha, santosha, tapas, svadhyaya, ishvara pranidhana. I need not explain all these things because you are all well versed with all these things. So how good these things about the one's development. See, let us take two or three. See, take the example of ahimsa. When we follow ahimsa, not only physically, but even verbally also, even mentally also, when we don't think about himsa, naturally how nice the society would be. And when we think about aparigraha, by having all the things, so much money, so much property, so much salary, so many perks and all. So why all these things when we need only, when we get contented with the things? Why Gautam Buddha has left all these things and all came under a tree? So it is the contentment. When we are contented, even with rice and pickle also, we will be so happy. When you are not contented, even if you have 60 dishes also, you will not be happy. Self-perception about the self, svadhyaya, not only self-study, about the study about the self, which is more important. So all these things, when we go through, each thing requires a real contemplation. See, in our hospital, in our modern hospital, even people like schizophrenia people, we have practiced them and we found so good things. See, for example, with Surya Namaskara. See, 3 rounds of Surya Namaskara, starting with prayer, 1 minute prayer, and 3 rounds, 13 minutes Surya Namaskara, ending prayer. So this is one group. And Asanas group. Asanas group, we 1 minute prayer, and after that Talasana, Merasana, Bhujangasana, Pavanamuktasana, and Shavasana, and ending prayer. So this is one group. And pranayamas. And pranayamas also, we found there are so many pranayamas are there, but quiet sitting for 1 minute, Anuloma Viloma, 9 rounds of Pranava Pranayama for some time, and ending prayer. And Omkar Japa. Omkar Japa for 13 minutes, before that 1 minute this one, and quiet sitting 3 minutes, and Omkar Japa and ending prayer. And relaxation yoga in the form of like Kai Kriya and Shavasana with Savitri Pranayama. So this one. And even the energizer yoga also, like Kapalabhati Kriya, and also Surya Nadi Pranayama, and Topu Karnam, that is sit-ups. So these things, those who are dull and depressed, for them, for energizing. And Chandranadi for, of course, for the control of the anxiety. So many things we are, different groups we are practicing, and we found results. And mechanisms are also, they are really, those are found at the calming nature, increasing awareness. So it is not only calming, but increasing awareness around, increasing span of attention, acceptance and adaptability, sense of security. And See, for psychiatric patients, ECT is given, electric shock is given to the head. See, after yoga, what changes are found in the brain are found with this one, like as if no, even though shock is not given, so that type of positive things, elevated prolactin and parasympathetic stimulation and changes in the oxytocin, the happiness and well-being, wellness thing. P300 may be seen in forensic things that when in the criminal things, when the object is recognized, P300 occurs. P300 more stimulation occurs. That means although he looks like a muff, like sitting idle and all, his awareness will be so high. Neuroimmunological depression with associated with elevated cortisol and all these things have come down. Neuroplastic effects, more connections and adrenocortical functions are improved with this one, cortical reduction. So all these things are not just storytelling. These are all proven in the laboratories. And even Om chanting also produces changes in the limbic lobes, controlling the emotions by fMRI. MRI, you know, functional MRI, that is the blood oxygen levels, they have come down in the limbic lobe after using Omkar Japa. So this type of things, even the Sanskrit slokas, dementia people, Alzheimer's disease people, Sanskrit slokas are improving them. So this type of, so much research is going on. So stress, definitely yoga is a very good stress buster. And believe in karma hypothesis. For every action, there would be an equal and opposite reaction. So always be doing the good things. So you get the good things naturally. Like a water drop, dew drop on the lotus leaf, or like a lotus leaf on the water. So there will be existence, coexisting, but there will be no adhesion like. So this type of livelihood. Be duty oriented, but not result oriented. You be doing your karma and follow the results. Okay, Krishna Arpanam. So those things, okay, you may get, you may not get, but everything is, only thing is you can do the things. So that is the thing. It may result in success or failure. So those things are not in your hands. So this type of attitude one can develop with yoga. Murphy's law, people say that the things are not in our hands in spite of our best planning. And I'll be taking only five minutes and I'll be concluding. So our destination, where are we going? 2010 was over, 2020 over, 2020 will also occur, 2040 will occur, 2050 will also come, 2060 will come. How many of us will be there in 2060? So it is inevitable. Naturally, one has to go. That's all. Where are they going? Where are they going? We know all the people who are there in the world, and at this moment, naturally, they have to go to that particular place where they will be buried, is it not? Eternal truths, you know, how the face is changing. This is the face now, but after some time, this truth is also we have to accept. This is the fact we know, but this is also a fact which you have to accept. And you know that this is the fact, but you have to accept this one also as a fact. And this one is a fact, but this is also a fact. We have to accept the part of the thing, and we have to accept this one also. We are here, we are all doing so many things here and disturbing the world here, and we will be no more, and the disturbances and the waves will not be there. And ultimately, the what is, whether it is religion or rationalism, it is the spirituality. That means seeing the super force, supreme force, or Narayana in all the beings without any superstitions. That is the humanism, which will naturally the best stress buster, the spirituality. You no need to feel lonely at all, because you are never alone. And always when you have the divine feelings with you, always the God will be with you, whether you call the name of the God Vishnu or Rama or Jesus Christ or Allah, whatever name we say, and we are loved by the God, because of our deed, then we will be naturally stress-free. You know that your consciousness is Purnam, and the universal consciousness, that is also Purnam. This Purnam is part of that Purnam. And our individual consciousness, we think that egoistic and this has got a big boundary and all. Naturally, this individual consciousness is a part of the universal consciousness, and naturally we'll be merging into that one. When we know this one and when we accept this one, why should we fear about the death at all? So Abhinavesa is shattered. So this type of attitudes we can get with yoga, real practice of yoga, not just asanas and all. Even when we get this jnana, naturally, not only jnana yoga, you will become a karma yogi. Although you are weapon totting, you are a yogi because you are doing your karma. And although you are a sweeper, a fourth class employee, you are a yogi because you are doing the karma yoga in the perfect way. When your mind is pure, you will have the calmness. When you are calm, you will have more concentration. When you have concentration, you will be achieving more. When you have good thoughts, you will have good speech. When you are speaking good, naturally your actions will be good. And naturally you will have good habits. And your character will be naturally impeccable. Naturally, when you have impeccable character, you will get good thoughts. So integrate the ancient wisdom with the modern science so that you can become a stress-free person. I think I have crossed my time. Thank you very much for giving me this opportunity. And it's nice of you for giving me this opportunity. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir, for this informative session. I really appreciate your way of presenting yourself. It was in a very simple way, but in a very effective way. Thank you so much, sir. We have Dr. Suresh Kumar Agarwal with us. Dr. Suresh Kumar Agarwal, I would request him to speak a few words. Dr. Suresh Kumar Agarwal is the Chancellor of Pragyan International University.
Can you hear me?
Yes, sir, we can hear you.
Okay. Om Shanti. Om Sarvesham Swastir Bhavatu. Om Sarvesham Shantir Bhavatu. Om Sarvesham Purnam Bhavatu. Om Sarvesham Mangalam Bhavatu. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om Tat Sat. Yes, of course, stress is an integral part of our life. No stress, no life. Stress is our body's response, as we have heard just now from the most erudite speaker, most experienced, versatile speaker, and highly qualified person, Dr. Rama Reddy Kari. It's an honor for us, for the Lions Club of Calcutta Harmony, as well as the Pragyan Foundation and the university itself, to have a speaker like Dr. Rama Reddy Kari amongst us today, speaking on a subject which is the burning topic of the day. Thank you so much, Dr. Rama Reddy Kari, for presenting such a wonderful lecture in a beautiful language and with an attractive slides. Definitely, as you have said, there were some interesting points as I was hearing, the theory of wear and tear. Really, it's very interesting. In every part of our life, in everything we find this formula wear and tear, so as in our life too. And so far as the control of stress is concerned, you have given very good tips, very simple tips, like changing in our attitude, our awareness, relaxation techniques, exercises, practice of silence, listening skills, and so on. However, you have exclusively covered yoga. Definitely, yoga has a very important role in leading a happy and healthy life. Thank you so much once again, Dr. Rama Reddy Kari, for presenting your lecture, especially on yoga. Finally, as you have spoken, the role of spirituality, that is the ultimate. If we really want to be healthy, happy, and harmonious with the nature, with our own self, with the society, we have to practice spirituality. There is no doubt about it. So you have spoken about the spirituality as well. Thank you once again. And at the same time, I would like to invite you in our university in Ranchi as a guest faculty. We are going to start our physical classes very soon. And I will request Dr. Ramareddy Kerry to visit our campus and give a special lecture on psychology or stress management and so on for our students and for our faculties. Thank you once again. And with these words, I conclude here. Thank you so much once again, the organizers and the Dr. Ramareddy. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, sir. We would like to honor Dr. Reddy with this certificate. Sir, can you see my screen? Sir, if you could speak, sir, if you could unmute yourself.
Yeah, now I'm able to speak. Thank you very much, Agarwal sir, for your kind words and invitation. And also, thank you very much, ma'am, for your nice conducting of this meeting. And also, thank you for the certificate. Very nice of you.
So we also want to honor you with the certificate of advisor, honorary advisor of our Divine Bliss Foundation. Sir, if you could please accept it.
Sure, madam.
It's appreciation.
Sure, madam. It's an honor for me. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir. I would like all the participants to check the chat box as I have pasted the mail feedback form, link of the feedback form in the chat group. Please fill this form correctly so that you can get your e-certificates instantly in your mail ID. This is the type of certificate that all the participants will be getting. I hope you can see my screen.
We'll also like to request everybody to switch on your video so that we can take a group photo here.
We request all the participants to switch on their video. We want to take a group photo. I request all the participants to switch on their video